In a world that often forgets where you started, where you're constantly reminded of what you're not, only a few rise by turning pain into purpose and silence into sound. Here on Born to Win Legend, we bring you stories of the ones who built empires from emptiness, legends who walked through fire and came out with light. Today, we bring you the journey of a boy from Toronto who turned his truth into global triumph. This is the story of Drake. He was born Aubrey Drake Graham on October 24, 1986, in Toronto, Canada. His childhood wasn't one of silver spoons or red carpets. His father was a drummer from Memphis. His mother, a Canadian teacher of Jewish descent. But soon, his family broke apart. His parents divorced when he was just 5 years old. His father returned to the United States, and Drake stayed in Toronto, raised by his mother in a modest home where money was tight and pressure was heavy. As a biracial Jewish kid growing up in a tough neighborhood, Drake felt different. He was often bullied for how he looked, for his background, for not fitting into any one box. But even then, he knew how to transform pain into drive. In those quiet, lonely moments, he started writing. Not just about what he wished for, but about what he was going through. At 15, he landed a role on the Canadian TV show Degrassi, The Next Generation. He played Jimmy Brooks, a basketball star who ends up in a wheelchair after a school shooting. While many knew him as the charming kid on TV, behind the scenes, life was still hard. The show paid enough to survive, but not enough to thrive. His mother was sick. Bills were piling up. He worked hard on set, then went home to write lyrics deep into the night. When most people saw a teen actor, Drake saw something more. He saw music. He saw rap as his escape and his purpose. With no major label, no industry backing, and no big money, he started recording music from home. He released mixtapes online, starting with Room for Improvement, then Comeback Season. Slowly, his voice spread through forums, college dorms, underground radio. People didn't just hear him, they felt him. Then came So Far Gone, the mixtape. That would change his life. It wasn't just good, it was undeniable. Songs like Best I Ever Had and Successful caught fire. The internet lit up, and for the first time, the world turned its head. Major labels came calling. One of them was Young Money, led by Lil Wayne. Drake signed on and walked into a whole new universe. But the fame didn't make him forget the grind. He poured himself into every verse. He didn't rap just to rhyme. He told stories about heartbreak, about betrayal, about ambition, about the fear of failing and the hunger to be great. His words were sharp, his tone raw and real. His first studio album, Thank Me Later, debuted at #1. The world saw a new kind of rapper. Not the street-hardened stereotype, but a thoughtful, emotional storyteller. A kid who wasn't afraid to show pain, to speak about love, to be vulnerable. He didn't just change the sound of hip-hop. He expanded it. Then came Take Care. Nothing was the same. And if you're reading this, it's too late. Each project was a chapter of growth. A deeper dive into the soul of an artist who knew his worth, but never stopped questioning the world. Around him, he faced criticism, yes. Some said he was too soft, too emotional, not street enough. But Drake never tried to be what he wasn't. He owned his story, and that's what made him unstoppable. Success followed success. Awards, records, chart domination. His name became a movement. But with every hit, Drake stayed honest. He opened up about fame's emptiness, about isolation, about not knowing who to trust. He wasn't pretending to be perfect. He was showing the cost of being real. He launched his own label, OVO Sound, built a brand, a community, a sound that came to define a generation. He didn't just create music, he shaped culture. from Toronto slang to emotional vulnerability. In rap, Drake redefined what it meant to be a man with a mic, but it wasn't all smooth. He faced public feuds, leaks, betrayals. People tried to discredit his pen. They tried to dim his light, but he never stopped dropping heat. He never let the noise get louder than the music. He responded not with rage, but with records. And the numbers never lied. More Life, Scorpion, Certified Lover Boy, every project was a message. That he wasn't going anywhere. That he was still writing his legacy. Still pushing boundaries. Still proving that you can come from struggle, from silence, from sadness, and still be great. Today, Drake is one of the most streamed, most awarded, most influential artists of all time. But he never forgets who he was. The kid from Forest Hill, the outsider, the actor who was laughed at when he said he wanted to rap, the son who watched his mother fight illness and still gave him love, the dreamer who knew that one mixtape could change his world. Drake taught us something powerful, that you don't have to come from a throne to become a king, that scars make the story stronger, that emotion isn't weakness, it's the source of connection, that vulnerability and greatness can live in the same verse. So if you've ever felt like you're not enough, like your dreams are too far, or your pain too deep, listen closely. You don't need a perfect start. You just need to start. You don't need the world to believe in you. You need to believe in yourself. This is Born to Win legend. If Drake's journey moved you, inspired you, or reminded you that your voice still matters, subscribe now. Because your story is still being written, and one day the world might just sing your name.